you. Good afternoon, everybody. I was the moderator for Breakout Room 5, and I want to start off my report by just reminding us that the Scholarship of Engagement for Societal Impact was developed as both a guideline, and a practical resource that is institutionally specific, nationally applicable, and internationally aligned. And Prof. Levac reminded us earlier that we need to find ourselves in that framework, and that it's not a policy. So as a guideline, it sets out the institutional understanding, commitment, and the institutionalization of integrated engaged scholarship. So I just wanted to prefix my report back on that. And then we had 5 presentations in our breakout room. I didn't know if it was aligned to number 5, but that's what we had. We had 4 PowerPoint presentations. All the presenters showed up, and then we had 1 input from Professor Pretorius, who dealt with the attributes. So the first presentation provided us with information on the PALAR project, which was done by Rabina Settler, which stands for a participatory action learning and action research approach to addressing the psychological assessment needs of post-school youth at a leadership academy in Cape Town. The project is aimed at presenting a community-based alternative for protecting and promoting mental health, and encourages the youth to actualize their potential, thereby contributing meaningfully to the communities and adults. The presenter reminded us that it is vital to engage with the community and give them a voice. These sentiments were shared throughout some of the session. The initiative actually came as a request from the community, who invited registered educational psychologists to be part of their research processes. And this particular project deals with youth at risk. And it was parents and the cadets, which they call the participants, are co-creators of knowledge. And that, in a sense, then gets spread to the wider community as an input. So that was a very interesting presentation. The second one dealt with the work currently being done by the UWC Science Learning Center for Africa. And the presentation was titled Reform Teaching and Learning in Post-Intervention Classroom, the Research of Science Learning Center in Africa. South Africa has for many years, the presenter reminded us that South Africa has for many years languished at the bottom of the list when it comes to performance of our learners in science and mathematics. And he indicated that this can largely be attributed to the fact that there are not enough well-qualified teachers in our schools, and many schools lack the appropriate equipment for effective teaching of those subjects. The initiative is a joint project, which includes the Western Cape Education Department, and they develop tailor-made programs in coding and robotics for teachers to ensure that learners benefit from improved teaching practices that would interest and motivate them, and also move them towards self-directed learning. They also have a puppetry project, and this, they create employment within the community to make these puppets that then gets distributed to the schools, and thereby giving back to the community and also creating employment. The project provides professional development opportunities for science, technology, and mathematics teaching. The third presentation dealt with the repositioning the Department of Physics and Astronomy at UWC for natural and physical science teachers, training and development. This is a project that responds to the Department of Physics, or requested the Department of Physics to get involved with training and development of teachers to address the underpreparedness of learners who are entering undergraduate physics programs at tertiary level. The teachers training program is an initiative, and this is a real true example of collaboration because it includes the UWC Faculty of Education, the Metro Education Districts in the Western Cape, the actual Department for Education in the Western Cape, Cape Peninsula University of Technology, and then one of our international partners, the University of Missouri. The project works with, I know I'm going a little bit over time. The project is aimed at basic education teachers who teach natural science for grade 8 and 9 learners and physical science for grades 10 to 12. It consists of short courses, workshops, and most importantly, the University of Missouri takes the lead in the lead teacher modeling instruction workshop. And the aim of the project is to reach the goal of 450 learners during that are eligible to enter university in maths, natural sciences, and physics. The fourth presentation was done by the Department of Physics and Astronomy, also based in the Learning Academy, and it focused on the project that specifically deals with learners in the Metro South Education District, studying mathematics and physical science in the Western Cape. The presenter highlighted to us that 47 out of 115 schools in this district offers learners both mathematics and physical science, and the numbers are dwindling, and also reminded us that, higher education is dependent on the outputs from the school success rate, and this program is 6 weeks. The fifth presentation was really just it was done for us to understand students' critical attributes. But Prof. Pretorius was linking the discussion to the presentations that had gone before him. He wanted to voice some of his concerns and the issues, and he linked the discussion, the mental health discussion, to the fact that we as UWC are very quiet on a big matter like the Esidimeni case. We all know what happened there. He raised issues of entrepreneurship, questioned the integrity of this government initiative linked to Esidimeni, and then other issues raised related to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics training. With regard to attributes, there was a lot of emphasis about agency and involvement, and Prof even indicated that some of us avoid the politics. He spoke about the intersection between us as students, program, and community. How do they change and take control of these issues? Is it education? How have we responded, and how about how the system works, and how do we respond? How do we set our attributes and get our attributes? The main issue was critical reading culture. Knowledge is shared, and who makes the knowledge was the question. It should not only be academics because community has knowledge. In the discussion, we were reminded about the alignment between community engagement and research practices. Much of what we are doing is a soup kitchen approach. Also, the danger of us sticking to academic frameworks. There is a greater depth of community engagement, and people outside the academic frame also has knowledge. Clearly, we realized in this breakout, there's a need for ongoing discussion. Some issues will be taken into the upcoming courageous conversations. Prof. Levak has already indicated that. And Prof. Levak also requested that Dr. Hart send out the framework to everyone who registered for the colloquium. Thanks, Chair, for indulging me. That is the end of my input.